Oh my god, I can't believe it. When you see this video, I've been back on track for over a week, 2 weeks? Yeah, nearly 2 weeks. But when I'm filming this now, I've been sick for like a good week, and you can hear it. Oh, let me put my glasses away. My voice is still kind of sore. I do have tea and stuff going on, but I do feel for the very first day in 5 or 6 days now back on track, kind of. I did my nails today, I'm very happy with that. And now we're doing the Get Ready With Me and the last Controversy Friday of 2023. And I can't believe that this motherfucking year is over. So for today's video, I ask you in the community tab here on YouTube and with one of those question stickers on Instagram, what are trends that you wish die in 2024? What do you wish will be a trend in 2024? And what in general do you expect in the makeup world for the upcoming year? So let's discuss this. We're starting off with the Instagram comments. I also do have some DMs that people just wrote me with some longer answers. Then we will do the YouTube. It's like I'm starting all over again. Then we're doing the YouTube comments, and then I brought some of my personal thoughts that I will, of course, throughout the video will also include. Also, for this Get Ready With Me, you were able to vote in my Instagram stories what kind of palette I'm going to use, because I do have so much unused makeup right now that I ordered before my No Buy started that just got delayed, and I also got gifted some palettes. So you voted to use the Glaminatrix Fairy Lights palette. And yeah, I clearly understand why you vote on this. It's a beautiful palette. And since this is just 6 beautiful shimmer palettes, I'm using my handy dandy Lisa Aldridge Vega palette. If you want to grab this, this is currently back in stock. I just checked this morning. Of course, I cannot speak for the future. When you see this video, I hope it is still in stock then. In general, in that whole Get Ready With Me, there is a lot of stuff that I haven't used yet. For example, from my Colourpop order, some things. I also do have these liquid eyeshadows or liners. They're titled as liquid eyeshadows, but they do have liner applicators. But these are from the Flower No Swan Ballet collection, and they're so pretty. I think I want to use the golden one today, but we will see how creativity is going to spread its wings and make me do this video, because my skin is still kind of fucked up, so I do my very best to get a nice eye look. I haven't worn makeup in a week or so. Let's start with the first one that just says kill off fake lashes and bring even more blush. I never understood this fake lash thing. I think they look beautiful with certain looks, but just no in general. There are some fake lashes where I'm like, oh my god, I cannot tell that you're wearing fake lashes. These are the good ones. But then you have the striped ones that are literally crafted out of a piece of plastic. I'm just thinking about the P. Louise Michaela lashes. They look horrific. And then there are people who wear these lashes with confidence every single day. I mean, that's a slay. For real though, I really appreciate the way people are wearing these type of lashes in public. And you know, I'm the last one to judge, but you're sure that this looks good, like from an objective point of view? I don't think so. Super fluffy laminated brows. I guess this has to go because this was mentioned a couple of times and I don't get it. Why? Because I love those fluffy laminated brows. I just love them and I don't want to see them go. And I actually want to master this look with my certain eyebrow type because I don't want to get mine laminated or whatever. I just want to mimic this this look. I love the way this looks. Maybe we're talking about different styles of laminated brow, because with every makeup style you can go in a nice direction or you can go a bit like, you know, just a tad bit too much. I was asked in one of my YouTube comments if I could show a green corrector on my red spots, and the only green corrector that I have is the Sika Pear Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment from Dr. Jar that is basically green but turns into skin color. And I was just asked to show this maybe on my face to show if this really works. So let me just apply it here and around my nose area because I clearly need this. And when you work this in, it turns into skin color. Personally, I don't think that this is something necessary, but I do certainly see a difference now, especially on my nose. But it's nothing where I'm like, yeah, green color corrector does it. I mean, look at this area over here. Now when I just work this in, yes, it's counteracted a lot, but it's still just a cream, so this is going to wipe off and look weird. Yeah. I'm sorry for the ums and ahs. Yeah, 1 week without filming is just pushing me back to like the beginning of me talking to a camera. It's super weird. I talked about this in summer that I'm a big fan of the Stanley cups, and now I do have a Stanley like isolated bottle that I just do my tea in. It's one of the most amazing purchases outside of makeup that I have done in 2023. Clean girl makeup, clean makeup products in general, preservatives are good. And not using AI for artwork. Ooh, that's like, that's a clapback for Ansel Rain. Totally agree on that. I also highly agree on the clean girl makeup. I never was a fan of this. I think the clean girl vibe is just, I don't know how to describe this. You know, I have seen people in this clean girl aesthetic that look very, very nice. But to be honest, this trend of clean girl makeup and the way it has been presented through social media kind of leaves this weird feeling of, if you cannot wear clean girl makeup, if you're not able to look like this, you're ugly. That is what I get. While in my opinion, makeup should make you feel better, but clean girl makeup like this would accentuate every single flaw that I have on my face. Clean girl makeup is makeup for people with poreless skin. And I think with a lot of people, this style or this aesthetic in real life does not look good, because TikTok and the camera and the upload quality, they will do things nicer than they really are. I wish for brands to stop creating mattes with sparkles in them. I feel you. I feel you. For example, Anastasia Beverly Hills does this a lot. I have seen this in some of my Scamlight palettes too, and I don't have another example in mind, but I do have those shades too. And the thing is just this, or these shades that do have slight sparkle in them, by the way, trust the process, it has a reason. It's sad that this is easier to blend on the eyes, but the truth is it blends like any other matte eyeshadow. The sparkle completely disappears. I don't understand the sparkle in there too. Even when you say, okay, let's apply this shade with those tiny specks of sparkle all over the lid, they're invisible. You cannot see them, so why have them? It's so unnecessary. Have to die, giant holes and overlined lips. I am with you on both. I think overlined lips do look in 9 out of 10 cases ridiculous in real life. That's the thing. They, for most part, only look awesome on social media. They look wonderful on photos. When you photograph the face at a certain angle, it looks beautiful. But as soon as you see this overlined lip from side, it looks ridiculous. It looks like you're a clown, like you just don't know how to apply lip liner and a lipstick. It's so bad. I do not overline completely. I sometimes do like fill in the Cupid's bow area, but not all the time. And if I do this, I don't do this with a dark lip liner. I do this when I wear a like very, very sloppy nude I know this description is really weird, but when I wear one of those shades that I can apply without a mirror, then I do close the Cupid's arrow, because I usually, when I reapply, go like this, and that's it. I don't care for this era. Why do I say era? Area, I'm sorry. But when I wear slightly darker lips, no overlining, it looks so bad. And do you know what looks the worst out of them all? There is this TikTok trend, or used to be in 2023, when people were like this, like so, and then they started to draw lips over here, and then they revealed this beautiful full Kim Kardashian-like look, or Kylie Jenner look, whatever one of those K girls is. It looks horrible. So yeah, please stop. Also, please stop the giant hauls. I think with makeup, at least in my feed, this has shortened a lot. Not a lot of people do this anymore. But I have heard like Temu hauls, this very, very suspicious Chinese thing where they order for $100 and get like 2,000 pieces of bullshit. And they do these giant hauls for Temu stuff, which is just, no, this is ridiculous. By the way, if I'm looking at that direction, I do have my iPad here with the screenshotted answers from you. Trends like Martini Girl or Strawberry Girl or whatever, very predictable and boring. Oh, I highly agree. I hate that so much. I hate that. And they come up with new names every single week. I just recently saw a video from Alexandra Anil, I think is her name, cookie or sprinkled cookie makeup. Like, what the fuck is this? Just say that you are doing a nice pastel look. Why do we have to call looks like food? It's so dumb. I hate it. I truly hate this. And this goes along with other makeup name trends like cold girl makeup. Oh, I'm no. Am I too old for this bullshit? Or tell me. Maybe I am too old for this. The feathered eyebrows that look they're a plaster to your forehead. I love that look. Oh my god. I feel a bit called out now. I mean, I don't think that I achieve this type of clean look that I have in mind, but I do feel kind of called out now. Not in a bad way, so please do not feel bad. We all have very, very different preferences, but it's just so funny how often this comment gets mentioned. Faux freckles. Yeah. I don't think they look good. I tried it myself, looked horrific. I do have natural freckles in the summertime. I just, no. And all those like hacks to achieve full freckles. Do you remember there is a like a root spray in the drugstore to when your roots get gray or whatever, that you can just spray on like dry shampoo or so. And people were spraying this to their faces because when you touch the nozzle with as light as that, it ends up looking like faux freckles. Guess what? It doesn't. You have one big blob of black in your face. It's no. All the hacks and trick I saw with faux freckles, it was hilarious but dumb. I want more eyeshadow look and less clean girl aesthetics, more 2016 vibe. I fully agree on that, and to be honest, I think that this will make a comeback in 2024. I do have the feeling that it will. Eyeshadow looks, eyeshadow intensities, they have a big comeback. Look at the popular palettes that we have gotten. Yes, Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes, 100%. But do you know why this is so popular in 2023? Because it was limited in 2022 and people were so sad that they were not able to get it. So of course it gets again popularity because they brought it back. Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude palette, 100% only got so successful in the way it did in 2023 because they were, and that is just a very bold claim that I do, they tried to mimic the ethereal eyes thing without knowing that Makeup by Mario planned to bring it back. I think that backfired a bit. But in general, the indie world has taken over, in my opinion, or in my bubble at least. Of course, it always depends on what kind of content do you consume, what Instagram accounts do you follow. Even Anastasia Beverly Hills did their own interpretation of duochromes and stuff. Which, by the way, unpopular opinion, I really liked. Oh, my tea is so good. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today. For example, brands like Florasis, they brought out palettes with blues and orange and way not neutral. Then we have Flower Nose, I mean, with their Swan Belay collection this year. Yes, there were 2 neutral eyeshadow palettes, about the way I got, but there were also the Black Swan palette with red and grey and black and very intense shimmers. They all do kind of develop new directions, and I cannot wait to see more. I am really indecisive what shade to use, but I think I start with Presence. Then I apply this shade here on top of the black. Oh boy. Wow. Oh my god. This is absolutely stunning. Bring back 2016 highlight. I think that we are actually on the path of bringing that back. Highlighters got intense. Even Chanel, with their pearly white release for this year's holiday collection, that is an intense glitter highlight. That is a very intense out of space highlight. I do believe we will get this back. Anastasia Beverly Hills and their Glow Seeker highlight, they kind of did something like a softer Amrezy highlight this year, but they will bring more. They truly will do. I'm now going into festive. I wanted to use Carol's, but I think this might look a bit weird when I apply this on the inner part of the lid. This is so reflective. I might have to wear sunglasses outside. Oh boy. That is really pretty, and I really enjoy this very soft gradient going on. Not exactly what I envisioned, but I like how it turned out. So let's head over to the DMs that I got. I think 3 or 4, it's not much. It's not really a trend as such, so no worries, of course, if you don't want to include it. Of course I will. Something I'd like to die, which sadly likely never will, is creators not disclosing ads or PR correctly. I've noticed it's got a lot worse this year and has made lose faith and trust in a lot of people. It's never a good thing from a consumer perspective, in my opinion. And this message comes from a girl who does herself Instagram and who does create content and gets PR. And she discloses every single thing. 2023 definitely has been the year of undisclosed ads drama. And as much as I personally am annoyed to hear about this motherfucking person, Michaela Nogueira, once more in my lifetime, I am very thankful for her to make Lashgate happen. I am very thankful for her bullshit attitude, for her entitled personality, because she opened the eyes of a lot of people. I did not apply concealer, I just realized, and I haven't used my Hollywood Flawless filter in quite a while. So many people blind bought and believed everything a TikTok viral creator says without checking. But since Lashgate, people are much more aware of the bullshit that is happening. And I personally am fully behind the idea of the American FTC to just go after those creators. And I myself, I do not think that we can be like, oh yeah, but they're new to the social media industry, they make mistakes. No. If you want to be a social media content creator, do your fucking homework. Do your fucking homework. This is not like a job that is in the office or corporate world or whatever, where you have somebody who's showing you how things are going along. You are self-employed when you do this, and that means you are responsible for what you do. You are responsible to get all the knowledge that you need, which I, for myself, am too. I have to look up everything myself or just ask other people who are doing this for longer to give me tips maybe where to look it up, because it also depends on the country that you're in. And I'm sorry, I cannot apologize for creators that are lying. I am not apologizing for creators that are not disclosing ads. I always fully disclose if I'm affiliated with a brand, if a link is affiliated, if a code is affiliated. And surely know that I do receive a PR package in the next couple of days. When you see the video, it already has been landed and I will do videos with it. But I will fully disclose the fact that I got these items as PR. In my world and in my understanding, if a content creator that I like, no matter how big or small it is, when they get PR from a certain brand, I feel happy for them. But all those content creators on TikTok who are not disclosing their ads are destroying this moment of proudness that every single creator who gets paid for their posts, who gets sent PR to post, who is financed by brands, let's just say it like that, you are destroying our proud moment. You are destroying reliable people's reputations. This one is very interesting. Unpopular opinion, but I'm getting tired of multi-chromes. Da-da. There is only so many color combos and they're done. Not every palette needs a multi-chrome. I want 2024 to bring back sparkles and shimmers and texture. I want more companies to have Bourdieu palettes with either singles or their existing shades, so if you have a color you use a lot, you can replace it rather than purchase the whole palette. And please kill mega palettes. Nobody needs 50 shades of anything. That is a very interesting comment, so let's talk about it step by step. I have heard from other creators that multi-chrome thing too. I think Angelica Ninquist also said it in fall already in a video that she's a bit tired of multi-chromes. And when I heard it the very first time, I was like, how dare you? How dare you to say it? But now when I think of it, I partly agree, but I also partly disagree. I think just there is something very, very special with a multi-chrome in a look, or a duochrome, doesn't matter, something chromy, something color shifty, let's call them a shifty shade. I do have a nearly full Cleonat 54 pan palette. I love that palette, but here it is where I have to agree. There are only so many color combos, and I feel like sometimes I get a bit overwhelmed with those color combos, and then I look at this palette and I take something else because not that I don't like the quality, whatever. I love Cleonat. I wish Cleonat would work with me. So if you know somebody at Cleonat, can you talk to them and just say, hey, look at her, she's awesome. Where was I? Okay, yeah, clear colors and color combos. But I feel a bit overwhelmed on what to do on the eyes. And when I have certain palettes that also do contain chromy shades, I feel a bit overwhelmed is not the right word, underwhelmed. I cannot think of a very specific palette right now where this, what I have in my head, is really happening, but sometimes when there is one or two multi-chromes in a palette, I feel it is very forced. It is like when they were developing this eyeshadow palette, somebody was like, oh, duochromes and multi-chromes are totally on trend, so we have to put in one. And it usually never matches with the rest of the palette. You don't have the mattes that go with it. You don't have other shimmers to combine it with. It's either too dark or much too light, or just a topper. That means one of those multi-chromes where you have basically a transparent base, but then it's shifting into different colors. Beautiful, but in a lot of palettes just not necessary. I agree on the fact not every palette needs that. I disagree on the fact that they need to die. I think multi-chromes are just beautiful, and I personally, although I am a bit overwhelmed sometimes, I never get tired of a multi-chrome look. I can appreciate a shimmery, glittery look like this, or even a textured look. Love that. I love different textures in my eyes, but I will never get tired of multi-chromes. The build your own palette is another thing I personally don't like. The only brand where I do this, or the only brands, Letha Cosmetics, yes. Cleonat, yes, but that's it. I do have one Glam Shop PL single thing where I built my own palette, but other than that, I am not a fan of magnetic palettes. I hate that, and please do not hate on me, but people who are reorganizing their Natasha Denona palettes or their Adept Cosmetics palettes, how are you doing mentally? You must be crazy, because there is a reason why the palette is made like this and there are shade names printed on. I could never interrupt that. My brain would feel like it's on fire. I can't. No, I can't. I had that conversation with a friend and I think she nearly died of laughing when I told her how I feel when she tells me about how she reorganizes her Adept Cosmetics palettes, and I'm like, this is physically hurting me right now. I can't. I appreciate it. I love posts on Instagram and just in general videos where people are building their palettes with magnetic shadows and create beautiful color stories, but it's not for me. While makeup palettes are for me. My Be Perfect Carnival palettes, I love them to death with 45 shades. I love 50 shades. I am all in for that. I love those palettes, I'm honest with you. I got a Colourpop order and I now have 3 of the 30 pan palettes. I love it. I don't know why I'm like this. I just love it. But I get that this is just not for everybody. So this is a longer DM that I got. So let's just talk about this in like different parts. I am sick and tired of those perfect microblading brows. It looks so damn ugly in real life. Same goes for fake lashes. Yes to the fake lashes, no to the eyebrows. I love laminated eyebrows. I think they look just so pretty, but I am just way too, I don't know, too cheap to have it done for myself. Makeup related, I think we'll see more lip balm products. Oh yeah, that could be true, which is totally fine, but not for the price tag most brands put on it. Are you referring to something specific? Because I most likely think about the Isamaya ones, but they're just so expensive because of the penis. The singles, like the refills, are 30 bucks or 35, something like that, which is okay-ish. It's okay. Also, highlighters, love them, but we've seen them all now. We use such a tiny amount of them that we are not able to use them all up. Excuse me. I would love to cover my whole face in highlighter instead of foundation. Talking about highlighters, by the way, I also have 2 new ones. I have a Spellbound, which is just a white sparkle snow highlighter. And then I bought the shade Candy Floss. Like, they look so pretty. And this is one of the few makeup products that I actually apply with my finger, because I feel like the Colourpop Super Shock highlighters work the best with fingers. So I'm taking Spellbound. Oh, I'm very excited. Oh, they just feel so good. Oh, do you see this? This shifts purple. Oh, I was not expecting this. I'm sorry that I influencer gasped, but shoot! There is this certain English word that I love now to describe this state of mind that I have. Flabbergasted. Wow. This is not what I expected. Because here inside it does not look really shifty. Spellbound? That got me. Brand related, I'm excited to see more of Lisa Eldridge and Rabanne in 2024. Oh, I highly agree. Both brands. I think Lisa Eldridge will come out finally with their concealer that got delayed a bit in 2023. And for Rabanne, I'm pretty sure with their initial release, there was a foundation, but that kind of never made it to the shelves. So I guess we will see definitely foundation and hopefully more artistic products. I love their just artistic take on makeup. I'm also curious what ND will bring us next year, and I truly hope Hourglass will create customizable face palettes. For Natasha Denona, if you're interested, the trademarks are already up, and we have some trademarks called the eyeshadow palette in Brune, then a Rose and Wood. I've also seen the Flex Tech powder foundation. If you're very interested in that, I can highly recommend watching the makeup prediction video from Kelly Gooch. And you can also Google that. You can literally just Google Natasha Denona trademark and you will get to the website where all the public trademarks are. Not all brands are very clear in what they do trademark, but with Natasha Denona, she has clear names. And for example, the Mini My Dream palette was trademarked already, I think, in summer of 2023. The idea of customizable face palettes from Hourglass is genius. That would be such a banger, and I think a lot of people would love this and would totally buy it. For example, I myself, I missed out on the Sculpt and Glow in summer, the one with only bronzers and highlighters and finishing powders, and I am so sad about this. For whatever reason, this palette really spoke to me, and I wish I would have grabbed it. And now I could buy it, or like I could build it myself if in this scenario they would have customizable face palettes. Now let's head over while I finish my eyes to the YouTube comments. And the first one, Clean Beauty has to die. Oh yes, please. Yes. I love that we are in the same boat with this, that y'all hate the Clean Beauty trend. I think I kind of fucked up my eye look. I tried to save it. Perfume prices are out of control, especially niche. Yes. Not even niche, like I'm not that big into niche perfume. I do have a friend who is, and she knows it all, but also like designer perfume. I'm talking about Tom Ford. The brand recently came out with new perfumes, I think Vanilla Sex and something else, and they are just like 250 bucks. Then I saw a TikTok video on like what perfume would Harry Potter wear, like for Slytherin, for Ravenclaw, whatever. And there was that one perfume, I completely forgot the brand name, but it was called Oud of Happiness. And the bottle, it was a like square bottle kind of, but also with green and black on it. And it was truly a Slytherin moment. And then I looked up that perfume because I was like, okay, I like the notes. I'm a big fan of oud scents. That fucking bottle is 490 euro. Like, who is supposed to pay this? Are you crazy? I agree. They are out of hand. I am waiting for brands to drop their exclusivity contracts with Mecca. I'm waiting for brands like Merit and House Labs to ship to or be stocked in Australia. And I am waiting for brown mascaras to have their moment. That we in 2023 still have to talk about accessibility of certain brands in certain countries is just so sad. I don't get it why you just cannot order stuff. It's so dumb. This is much smokier than I anticipated. I have heard about the brown mascara thing. I am not a fan. Please do not force me to use brown mascara. I never will, I never won't. I either use black or colorful or white. But brown, then I can wear no mascara at all. But I see why people love it, and I wish that those people who love this certain makeup product have better choices out there. No more caterpillar eyebrows. Why are you hating on those eyebrows so much? I'm not using Carol's. I just want to use that gold. I just have to. And I use this on my inner corner. Ooh. Yeah, this is exactly what I hear in my head now. This is another long one, so let's talk about this in different steps. Fear-mongering bullshit Clean Beauty Mold Edition has to stop. Absolutely. I could not agree more on that. As far as I could see, regulations about undisclosed ads are going to be enforced now, finally in the USA, so I hope they'll implement regulations about preservatives and clean advertisement claims too. That is such an interesting thought, and yes, I hope they do, because this is just bullshit. You know, preservatives are friends, not foes. I'm really curious when I edit if you can hear the wind outside, because we still have a bit of a storm here going on, but it's so hot in my room that I just had to open the window. So, future Ella who's editing, can you hear the wind? I hope that 90s matte eyeshadow looks come back, as my hooded eyes can't cope with silicone creamy metallics and shimmers. I have formulas that work, but would love more matte formula upgrades, and I think brands only work on trendy things. Yes, yes, they do. Personally, I'm not a fan of only matte looks. I love my shimmers. I love that. But I get that there's just, you know, history repeats itself and trends come and go as well. It's basically just a circle of trends that we just live through over and over and over again. And I hope they bring back samples in general. It's complicated to find fitting shades, blush, lipstick, foundation, etc. online with my undertone light olive. And I remember a variety of samples years back. Yes, you're right. Yeah, true. These cards with pull-off sheets of the product underneath would be fine. Yes, I love them. Chanel, I think, even has a full tiny container in one of those cards where you have multiple uses in them, and you get it for free with a Chanel order. And I think I used one of these, not every shade because it was like three reds, I guess, and one nude, but I used one of the reds and one of the nudes. And I liked it, but I did not like it that much that I now caved in and bought something. But I love the idea of those like cardboard things. No problem if they cost 50 cents or €1. Better believe they will cost more. Or they make sets, but I wouldn't sit on expensive full-size products that don't work. Some brands have samples, but you get them randomly when you order. I would love to have a sample section to order from. Love this idea. I really hope brands hop on this, because a lot of the times the sample that was sent me just showed me what I was missing on, for example. Even though I decluttered the foundation, but I never ever would have tried the Fenty Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation if I didn't have one of those sample cards with 5 different shades on them. I mean, none of those shades matched, but I just tried the lightest one on a day where I just didn't have to go out in public. It was still a couple shades too dark, but I fell in love with the formula. My impossible dream, but these micro trends from TikTok, tomato girl, strawberry girl, latte makeup, so boring. And they're like the same makeup with a different blush tone and usually made just for white people. Yes. Do you know what the problem with those trend makeup is? They go viral very quick, and that means it's easy to make money off of them. And brands can easily hop on that trend and take a product where the sales numbers are maybe quite low on them and say, look, this is perfect for your tomato girl makeup. And all of a sudden it's sold out. I'm actually not really living this eye look because I think I fucked up a bit the blend. But you know, it is like what it is some days. I'm glad that the fashion for vertical eyebrow hairs is passing. Who wants to look like they have terrified caterpillars on their forehead? Me. I wish that ridiculous thick and curly false eyelashes would go the same way. Yes, agreed on that. We've discussed it now a couple of times. I'm also not a fan. So-called clean beauty is revolting and needs to die. Seriously, who thinks that moldy makeup is a good thing? As a pale-skinned girl, I'm very pleased to see the recent return of cool tone eyeshadows. I never want to see another wampinky corally brown palette ever again, since they all look orange on me. Oh, I get you, girl. And newsflash, orange is not neutral, guys. It's not. If people want that, they can just carry on buying ours. I'm also really bored of choosing between nude and the red matte lipstick. Let's have more colorful lippies and some frosting back in 2024. The frosty thing is already happening. Tarte, I mean, they said it's like a shimmery version of that Tarte Maracuja lip thing, but it's frosty. It's already starting, so I think we will get frosty lips back. Not sure how I feel about this because it can look really weird, but it also can look really good. Also the cool tone eyeshadow thing, they are definitely common. And I want to add something more, not only cool toned eyeshadow, colorful eyeshadow. Maybe not in the way like indie brands do with their full-on color palettes, for example, like an Odin's Eye palette, or Cosmic Brushes with their full-on blue multi-chrome palettes. Maybe not in that way, but definitely more colors in the way of having just like an accent color, you know? I personally think colorful liner, colorful mascara, and colorful eyeshadows for those colorful accent, they will have a moment in 2024. By the way, girl, I feel you with the warm eyeshadow. A lot of warm pulls into a poop color on me. Trends I want to dye, clean makeup, skincare infused makeup, especially this holy fuck, laminated brows. Why you hate laminated brows so much, y'all? Trends I want to see back, my thin 90 brows. Also, I think frosty makeup will come back in 2024. There we have it. And my brows today are not even close to be kind of related. It's like I'm totally new to makeup. It's weird. I feel like a very festive, dark Christmas tree. Like a gothic Christmas tree. This is what I feel like. Can we call this makeup the gothic Christmas tree makeup? I mean, the green is missing, but it's gothic, so of course it's black. Tired of overpriced lip oils and balms? $30 or $40, totally ridiculous. Refuse to spend my money on these products. I somehow agree, but on the other hand, I already did, so yeah. Maybe I'm the problem in the system too, but I understand what you mean. I personally don't think that this will die, to be honest. Overconsumption has to die, minimalism has to become a word. Ooh, that's a very intense claim, but let's keep on reading. We also, in my opinion, have to discourage subpar products, of course, definitely. There is no longer a reason for makeup companies to make such products with all of the other amazing things available. Prices need to go down. I've seen things increase 4 times in a 4-month span. As a consumer, we have the power to make this happen with our dollars. I know I sound harsh, sorry. No, you certainly don't. But I do agree on a lot of those points. Makeup has gotten so ridiculously expensive. Just look at the drugstore. I remember a L'Oreal mascara being around 10 to 11 euro. And back then I was like, oh my god, this is so expensive. A L'Oreal mascara is here in Germany sometimes 17 bucks. What the heck? I can also add 3 more and buy a high-end mascara. What the fuck is going on here? With minimalism, I do have my problems, to be honest, because I think there is something like this extreme minimalism that again kind of caters towards the same clean beauty vibe. Not the look, the vibe. But I kind of get what you mean. It kind of matches together with this thing of the giant halls has to die. That is just way too much. I'm tired of the multi-chrome hype. Many makeup content creators post nothing but multi-chrome palettes in different lightings and multi-chrome single swatches. Okay, if you like it, you do you. But it's boring to see makeup looks which don't have anything special but the multi-chrome shade on the lid. Of course, it's sad too that many people don't have money for them. Partly agree on that, yes. I think those specific accounts, and I have certain accounts in my mind. I think Seeking Shifts is one of them, Glam Smitty is another one, who mainly do swatches. For example, I myself stopped following Glam Smitty because I personally love the way her swatches look, but I, for the sake of my life, cannot stand the way she swatches eyeshadows here in this area. I don't know why it is, it disgusts me. I don't like it. I miss her videos a bit because she's really good at capturing stuff, and I think those accounts are very helpful. Is it a bit of a boring, repetitive type of content? Yes, and especially I think those type of channels are sales channels. That's mainly it. They do post those shifts, those videos, whatever, whenever there's a sale. And I know this sounds very harsh, as if I don't like that girl, but I don't know her personally, so I can't say anything about that. But especially for Glam Smitty, that is something that I have seen. Whenever there was a Cleonate sale, she reposted the same video of her holding her Cleonate palette on the beach, I think, and shifting in the sun for 10 seconds. Over and over again, just to say, yeah, there's a Cleonate sale. I get it, don't get me wrong, but I agree, I don't follow those accounts either. I really do not like their content so much that I have to follow them and watch the content every single day in my timeline. When it comes to the pricing of multi-chromes, it depends. You can get very, very nice affordable multi-chromes, for example, from Glam Shop PL. But of course, they're not as highly marketed or as highly reviewed as, for example, Cleonate. My Cleonate palette is the most expensive one I own. We're scratching at a €1,000 price mark. It's a lot of money, but they're really good. So I'm happy to spend that money. I'm honest with you, I'm not a fan of this look. I don't really like it. I think I completely fucked up, but it is what it is. You see this look in 3 other videos, so please don't comment on that shit look. Let's move on with the last comments. I'm not sure if this is an actual trend, but next year I wish there shall be less neutral and much more colorful makeup looks, especially younger people wear rarely eyeshadow, and that's sad. Highly agree, and I do think that more colorful looks will definitely make their way back into the trend world. I want to see dark berry lips and cool tones, blue-gray eye looks, and less blush. Moderation in brows, no overplucking and no caterpillars. I am shocked on how much you hate these eyebrows. It's actually hurting at this point. I definitely agree that clean makeup campaign must die. Preservatives are essential. I never got into the laminated brow trend. Some of the YouTubers I watch actually scare me with those spiky ass brows. No, they're so pretty. Do you know who has my favorite spiky ass brows? Morgan Toner. I love her laminated brow looks. Absolutely stunning. I wish I could do this with my eyebrows too. And finally, I'm sick to death of these it girl trends. Strawberry makeup because some model wears a pink tinted chapstick. I really hope the artistry and color that made me fall in love with this community comes back and tells these pygmy girls who only wear a touch of demi product from an MLM to fuck off. This is an opinion I live for. This is beautiful. The temporary trends from TikTok can die. Cold girl makeup, strawberry, tomato girl, and so on. I'm definitely over caterpillar eyebrows. It looks so silly. I'm also kind of over the haul videos. I'd like to see more tutorials. It seems like YouTube Beauty has gone away from that. I hope I can bring that back, to be honest. I kind of hope to. I already got a request to do red eye looks during the no-buy. So if you have any requests on tutorial videos on certain looks, let me know them down below. One of the other ideas is movie or like TV series inspired makeup, but I will talk about those changes in January in a video. I would love to go back to tutorial focused content instead of product based. Reviews are very helpful, but when someone makes only a review video, it feels like they're just making commercials. And YouTube already shoves enough ads in our face. Morgan Turner for some reason. Yeah, that's the vibe that I get. Clean makeup is just a gimmick and I'm fucking sick of people making out any category of makeup is wrong. Yes, 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 yes. The laminated brows need to go. The wrong people are using the technique and it just looks like they fell asleep flat on their faces all night. Also tired of influencers complaining that their content is not getting enough views. One person even said that they deleted reels on their Instagram because they were mad they did not get the attention she was expecting. It's not the public's job to watch every single thing they make. I really think it's weird to talk about that aspect of YouTube, Instagram, etc. I don't want to know about your financials, and influencers also need to stop congratulating each other on getting PR. It's really weird. If you want, please explain that congratulations thing. I don't understand what you mean. Do you mean this when they show like their PR and thank the brand, or do you really mean the fact that others are just maybe reposting a story and say congrats that you get PR? Because I feel like this is more of an encouragement thing for each other. I am very happy that some of the creators I connected during the past month that basically are in the same like area of follower like me, that we are getting recognized. And I actually do write them like, oh, I'm so happy that you get the PR. I even posted sometimes this in my Instagram story. Do you mean that? If so, please let me know why this is weird. That's a very interesting point of view. Clean beauty must go. It has no real meaning other than it will go bad quickly. Brands reformulating great products into bad products so they are clean. I'm looking at you, Dior. Must stop. Complexion products with a shareable shade range, go away. I'd like olive shades too, as well as shades for very light and very dark complected people. I'd love for more colorful and complex eye looks to come back. I like a one and done or bronzer in the crease with space carbon lid as much as the next person. But it brings when that's all that you see on YouTube. But it's boring when that's all that you see on YouTube. And I'm ready for matte lips with non-drying formulas to make a full comeback. We have so many super shiny lip products now. I like them too, but I like variety as well. I'd also like to do over for the Pantone color of the year. Oh, I hate the Pantone color so much. The peach fuzz color is hideous to my eyes for makeup, clothing or decor. And to be very specific, I'd like Danessa Myricks to bring out some lighter colors of her blush balm powder. I'd also like Natasha Denona to bring back the Metropolis palette either as it is or in the midi size. And finally, I'd like YSL to do a purple quad and the green quad. Maybe the purple and green, that could be in the cards. I absolutely love when people bake under the eyes. On certain perfect skin youngsters, it was just everything, almost ASMR. But when Patrick Star put that all blazing powder on Kris Kardashian, it looked amazing. Like how even, maybe because we couldn't really see it, but it was still super enjoyable for some reason. Really? Really? No. Strongly disagree. And I think like 90% of the community disagrees on that. But you know what? If you love that baking, I'm actually a bit jealous, because if I would bake on my under eyes, crusty stale bread. That's the look I would get. So good for you. The lip gloss releases, just know, packaging and cash grabbiness. It takes no talent to launch a lip gloss, and sometimes with collection releases it looks like cheap filler. Oh, I agree. Don't release one unless you have something phenomenally nourishing and groundbreaking, please. Yes, the lip category, just like any other category, is like over. It's too much. Churning out palette after palette now. The quality is not there, but because they have the name, they're charging top dollar for products that aren't as good as cheap makeup. I sense scam light vibes. Yeah, that's actually absolutely it. Also, skincare products that are fake, claim all sorts of miracles but don't deliver. Yes, then you get good products that do work well, but you have to waste a lot of money on guessing who to believe to buy. That's so sad. That's absolutely sad. And this was actually the last comment. I want to refer especially to the first one, showing out palette after palette. In general, not only if you have like the rights, the name, the franchises, whatever, just in general, this overwhelming release of palettes. I am happy that I am on the no buy, because I am already overwhelmed again by the palettes that I ordered before the no buy. And for some reason, I am excited for those. I'm excited to dive into Colourpop, because it's just a brand that I barely touch. I only have the Back to Hogwarts palettes, and now I have a variety of shit to test. But I'm also overwhelmed because we're talking about 15 or 16 different palettes in general that I haven't used. It's just too much at this point. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for discussing all of that with me. My personal opinions I just sprinkled throughout your comments. In general, I truly believe we will get a comeback of cool tones and colors. That is what's going to happen. And I personally think that the peach fuzz, I want to throw up by the word, will not get a lot of recognition. Like every year. I feel like the Pantone color every year is just a shit show that just brands take this opportunity to do like some reels for a week or so, and then it's gone for the rest of 2024. So thank you so much for watching. If you have a specific topic you want to talk about for the next Controversy Friday, let me please know down below. I hope you stay. Don't forget to subscribe and all that shit, because even though we're at the end of Ellamas, of course there will be videos in January too. So thank you, and I will see you tomorrow.